So, first thing you're going to need to do if you're using a solid modeler is create a part. You can't make an assembly without parts. So to do that, what we can do, go up to the application button, left click, then new, left click, and then isometric part to use the International Standards Organization parameters, left click on that. We open a part and we are presented with a new environment. So this environment is full of tools for you to use. During this module, I'm going to show you most of the content within the Home tab, most of the content within the View tab, and some of the content in the Tools and the Inspection tab. So Inspection tab is full of measuring content to help you look at someone else's work or come back to your own at a later date. And the Tools tab has got this thing called Keyshot Render, which allows you to make really fancy lit and shaded environments for your models so you can create nice presentations. But without much more ado, let's talk about something else which is really key towards your work in creating a part, and that is the browser bar. A browser bar will exist in parts, in assemblies and in drawings, but it will have different stuff inside it. In a part, it actually features a number of very basic things. You can choose the material. So here, it's gone orange, I can right click, and I could choose any material I like. So I'm going to left click on aluminium. Now anything that I make from here on in this part saved with this file name is made of aluminium. I can also go back in and I can say okay, I could look at the origin planes, and if I left click I turn them and make them visible. Where these intersect, you'll notice that there is a yellow blob with an XYZ hieroglyph on it. That yellow blob is the origin. Lastly, this orange thing again, I've spoken about it in previous videos. This indicates which working mode or logic you're in. I'm currently in ordered. If it doesn't say ordered, you need to change it to be so. To do that, you right click on this orange section here, which would say synchronous if it's wrong, and you drop down to the bottom where you could say transition to ordered down there. Okay. So with that, I'm going to now say, okay, we're in a 3D environment at the moment. We can look at things in 3D. If you want to control what the 3D looks like, there are a number of tools to help you do that. You've got the view cube down here. Now you can either use that and you can rotate through isometric 90 degrees like so. You can choose to look at different isometric views of the corners of a cube. See where the blue things are? I could left click there and you'll notice me rotating around my views. I can also look at it from a angled side, like so, or I can look at it from an isometric, orthogonal point of view. So top, right, or back as it actually is, left, front, right, etc. Bottom, and you can see here that we can rotate around things. If you want to look at things freely, if you left or you hold down the scroll wheel on the mouse, just push it in and hold it down, and maneuver around slowly, you can notice you can actually freely orbit around the origin and see what's going on. If things look a bit too big to you now, like this, you can use the scroll wheel, scroll the wheel away from you as it were to zoom out, scroll the wheel towards you if you like to zoom in. Okay, so I'm going to go back to an isometric view, going to left click on that tab there, and then I'm going to move into 2D. So left click on sketch. Now notice that the ribbon is probably going to change in a second. And the next thing to say is also choosing a plane. So to draw something you need to have a piece of paper. So here are a number of options. You could choose to have a plane which is already available to us, so coincident plane, or a plane parallel to a plane already available to us. So here I could choose the coincident plane, I could choose that one in orange, or this one in orange, or that one in orange. Or I could choose to go to parallel plane, choose that, and then choose how high up I want my paper to be away from it. So I've done that now. Left click to confirm. Now we've gone into the 2D environment. You notice everything flickered, and now look at the Home tab, it's totally changed. We have our selection tools. We have some arraying tools to make patterns of things. We have our actual drawing tools, a bit like a pencil and paper. We have our constraint tools to make relationships between different shapes. We have IntelliSketch tools, so things which help you find snaps or intersections. your ability to annotate and dimension, so you can drive and force things to be the correct size. You also have annotation tools, so that certain content can be, you can add things in which can either be brought through into your technical drawings later, or just be placed there so that colleagues in the future can find out what's going on. You've also got some basic view controls, so you can turn on the different shading models, so you can have it solid and without any hidden edges, or you can have it wireframed here. And lastly, you've got a few graphical options here, and you can then come out and close the sketch altogether and leave and go back to the 3D world on the right. That can be done here. It can also be done here on the left where my mouse is. Right, I said that we're going to try and build something to show you how it works. I'm going to start by using something called the extrude mode. We'll do that at the start of the next video.